Tomorrow at 9 a.m. At this time, Detective Mathis has advised me that he is at the store purchasing bulletproof vests for the officers. The health, safety, and welfare of the Robbins community and that of my police officers that I represent are of the utmost concern. I feel that we're going to be able to balance the needs of the police officers to be able to do their job that I represent. And I'm hopeful that we can sit down and come to an agreement as far as working conditions, wages, and terms and conditions of employment pursuant to the Illinois Labor Relations Act. We will keep the unfair labor practice in effect. We will not dismiss it until we can come to an agreement. But like the mayor said, we are going to sit down and discuss those matters beginning tomorrow. So I'm confident now with our renewed relationship with the new administration that we can move forward. Thank you.
I have time for a few questions, Mr. Mayor, if you could come to the podium. Maybe you and Mr. Brown can take on these questions. Any questions?
Could you talk a little bit more, Mr. Mayor, about the inheriting this situation? Has this been going on for a while? Why wasn't anything done before?
Well, the current contract expired early spring of 2020. And I can't really speak on what's been done on the administrative part before me, but coming into this situation as the mayor, you gotta have a thorough examination of your budget. You have to have a thorough examination of what can you do, what can't you do. Still cleaning up a lot of things that doesn't exist, right? So it's about setting the platform and setting the foundation to get to this point which we are here today to have these negotiations, right? You don't know, campaigning is one thing, but when you actually get sworn in and elected into the office, you find out that you have a host of other problems that you didn't expect on the campaign trail.
Next question.
With the willingness that you're showing to work together on this issue, do you have any expectation on when you're going to see officers out on the street again, Robbins officers specifically?
Absolutely. So it has been communicated to me that they are to return to work tomorrow. Pending, as ICOP said, the purchasing of the vests. Once those vests are received, the officers should be returned to work Tuesday morning.
Thank you.
I can confirm that I did speak with Detective Mathis.
1 second, if you can come to the center.
Sorry. I can confirm that I did speak with Mr. Mathis, who's the local president here and also a police officer for Robbins. He is purchasing the vests right now, and he's confirmed, I believe, the first shift will start tomorrow at 0700 or 7 o'clock in the morning, tomorrow morning.
Can you talk, sir, more just about the challenges that the officers were facing and what led them to take this action?
The biggest challenge is normally we send out a letter well in advance of a contract expiring. And that would be, we hold the status quo until we can come to the table and come to an agreement. Since 2019, we've been asking the village to sit down and talk with us. Obviously, that was before the new administration came into effect. So we've got ultimately an unfair labor practice on file because they were refusing to come to the table or for whatever reason would not come to the table. It's basically the terms and conditions of employment, including wages. We believe the officers are underpaid. We believe in the area of holidays and other working conditions that there needs to be some improvement. In the past, when we were negotiating, we were making incremental changes and we were on the right path, but then all communications shut down, which brought about the unfair labor practice. But again, I'm confident that we can sit down. My cooperation shouldn't be deemed as not still taking a strong stance that we're gonna sit down and talk. If negotiations deteriorate, I can assure you that the union's gonna step up. I'm a former police officer myself, and I don't think it's going the way it's supposed to, we're certainly going to continue our course of conduct in the courts with or an administrative route with an unfair labor practice. But again, I think at this point it is more important to foster our professional relationship and see what this new administration has to offer us.
Mr. Mayor, did you want to chime in on that?
I concur.
Any other questions? Ma'am, what station are you from?
Southland Journal.
Yes, oh yes, ma'am, go ahead.
I was wondering if you guys had put anything into the contract to address the issues with police vehicles right now?
Currently, we haven't started the formalized negotiations. That's to take place tomorrow.
Will those be included?
Equipment's a big issue, yes, it will be included. We will bring, most of our demands will be brought to the table tomorrow, as many as we can.
Question over here.
Are you planning to hire a new officer?
So what I can tell you, we are installing a new police chief tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So if you all want to come back out tomorrow, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock p.m. will be the swearing in of new police chief David Shepard. If you all want to come out and talk a little bit more about plans and what can we do and what we can't do, then we can have that further discussion. Also remember too that we have to go back to the council board and look at the budget as well. So it's a more complex answer to your question. But that's the first step. Tomorrow is the police chief.
Tia? Any questions, sir? Any other questions?
Neither.
Sure, let's go back to the far left there.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. Two questions. Will Cook County Sheriff's deputies and other surrounding communities continue to assist your city's police department? And if you can clarify the whole bulletproof vest issue, had your officers not had them before, or do they need new ones?
Good question. So let me work backwards. I believe the bulletproof vests were expired, so they needed new ones. And then the second question is a twofold question. Our surrounding communities always come with mutual aid to support us when we have a situation within the town. The Cook County Sheriffs will be here until tomorrow morning when our officers return, and then they'll depart.
Yes, sir.
Just two quick background questions, just to clarify. When did the police officers stop patrolling?
I was notified on Friday evening, night shift.
Okay. And then, Mr. Mayor, when did you take office?
May 11th, 2021.
Very good. Southland?
Yes, piggybacking off of this gentleman's question regarding the sheriff's police, have there been any talks about having a continued presence with the sheriff as you guys rebuild the force?
That was discussed as an alternative solution. But once again, we gotta sit down with, ICOPS and see if we can get our men and women of blue for Robbins Police Department back first, right? And then, we can see what tomorrow leads to.
Got time for two more.
So just to clarify, so until now, the sheriff's police did not provide supplemental, patrolling until this weekend. This Robbins police were solely responsible for the patrol.
Yes, her question, yes, whenever they call, they come into Robbins, they always been supportive. They have been in the town this weekend based off our call to them off the previous, situation with the RPD. Yes, but they responded to the call this weekend and whenever else we need them.
One last question, any? Sure. Bill.
Has that support from Cook County cost Robbins anything? I mean, do they just come in as a function of what they do as a sheriff's department, or is there a contract where you're paying them for services right now?
Yeah, short term, there isn't no contract or whatnot, but I believe longevity, if we needed something long term, we have to sit down with them and discuss a price or whatnot. But as far as what they've done, no price.
Thank you.
Okay, that'll be it. If there are any other correspondence, you guys have my cell number, 312-498-1371. We still got a few seconds if there's any other last minute questions. Other than that, thank you very much, and we look forward to a wonderful working relationship with ICOPS, and I hope many of you will come back tomorrow as we swear in our new, police chief, with the DMV Chief Shepherd. Am I correct?
Correct.
Very good.
Can you just clarify ICOP, the Illinois?
Illinois Council of Police.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ladies and
Thank you.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wants my card?